This is about making a decision that I knew was right, but it meant everything was going to change. Not just for the horse, but also for the rider. There's a moment in every horse's life when things begin to change. Sometimes it's not always obvious, but subtle. A little less presence, a little less willingness. Still doing the job, but not really engaging anymore. Not looking like they're even enjoying it. And if everyone is paying close attention, you can feel it before you can even explain it. This horse looked perfectly healthy, fit, capable. We were supporting him in all areas: massage, body work, health, nutrition, an easy workload, plenty of turnout, a well cared for life. There was no obvious why he should retire, but I started noticing the small shifts. A little more tension in the body, a little less patience, moments of disconnect. I noticed his mind started to wander away from his body during sessions. He started to turn off. He curled up his nose when he should have been breathing easily. All looking like small, quiet withdrawals. And those are the moments we can so easily ignore or misunderstand. Because everything still looks fine. He's still doing everything. But really, he just has a silent no. And then comes the harder part, the client conversation. It's the one thing when the owner starts to see changes and they're starting to feel it and starting to notice these things. It's another when I'm the one bringing something forward they haven't quite considered yet. And this wasn't just about riding a horse. This was their last horse. So this meant a life change for both of them. And I knew what things meant to them. The mornings at the barn, the routine, the companionship, the therapy, the friendships, the barn community, the exercise, their relationship. This is a lifestyle change. And I knew this decision would change everything. But we stayed in conversation for quite some time, discussing every possibility, gently and honestly bringing awareness back to the inevitable. Because I knew deep down ignoring it could eventually lead to something breaking. His mind, his body, his spirit, or a combination of all of it. Impacting their safety, which is always a priority for me. And then came the undeniable moment. His body began to show little micro tremors while grooming. And in that moment, waiting was no longer an option. So the decision was made, and we found a retirement facility, and this is where honoring the journey shows up. Not in how much we can keep going or finding solutions, but knowing when to stop. And in doing so, really letting go of the identity, and honoring the journey, and remembering all the good times. So once we selected a facility, the arrangement to move forward was made. At first, his body got worse, and this is something we don't always talk about enough. When the pressure lifts and the body finally has space to release, everything that he had been holding onto manifested physically. And this is not uncommon. It is something that can happen and is part of the transition. But after time, he slowly came back looking better than ever. Today, he's happy, really happy. And my client, well, they found a new rhythm in life, using their new time freedom to experience other adventures. Different, yes, but still meaningful. Every horse and every rider and every person's unique journey has a beginning and an end. Some of the hardest decisions can still lead to something beautiful.